A major announcement: new shirts on sale. SB 357. They come in black and white, and in different shapes and sizes. And we have the shirts with the logo up there, as you can see with the silhouette and the black shirt. And you can get them at the Instagram pages right here. Follow the Instagram page, and don't forget like, comment, and subscribe. And I hope y'all enjoy the video. Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Kim the Site doing another segment of My Mondays. And on today's segment, My Mondays, what I just want to talk about is y'all. So for this wonderful month of Black History Month, y'all, I just want to cover multiple topics that are Black History Month related, or this African American related. And so on today's segment, My Mondays, what I just want to talk about is y'all. So y'all, I've been looking at podcasts and like stuff like that. And one of the biggest topics that's been going on is like the lack of Black NFL coaches being hired. And as y'all know anything about me, y'all, I coach football. I coach football, so it hits me kind of deeply being a Black man, knowing that like like there's not any African American coaches that was hired in this cycle. And like if you could look at articles and stuff like that, there was 10 coaches, 10 NFL coaches jobs up for grabs, and none of them was African American. One was a descendant of like I think Israeli or something like that, Robert Salah. But outside of that, there was no African Americans being hired. And one of the podcasts that I was looking at was, and I'm gonna cover a few of these topics about it. But one of the podcasts that I was looking at was Speak Easy, which is one of my favorite podcasts, and it was pretty much talking about like how like basically two things. One, that like first of all, and this is gonna foresight something, but how like us like even as Black coaches, like there's not a big coaching tree off of one another. And so what it is basically saying is just like like some like Mike Tomlin, like you don't have a big coaching tree. Even like Todd Bowles of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers don't have a big coaching tree, particularly with like African Americans. And it was talking about also like with that, they was just like, how like even as like Black coaches, like sometimes like we quick to pull the plug on one another, and what I'm just pretty much saying is quick to fire one another. And it's just like ironic to me. It's just like, why are we as Black coaches, like, or us as a community, we're quick to pull the plug on one another. Like I had a conversation with my therapist, and he even brought that up too. It's like y'all quick to do that, but like we're not quick to give each other sometimes opportunities. But then also like another thing like they talked about was just like in general like the culture tree as far as like like Black coaches, like there's not a big pool out there for it. But the biggest thing about a lot of head coaches hired, I think it was like 7 offensive coordinators that took uh took took the coaching jobs, head coaching jobs. Like I said, it was offensive coordinators compared to like 3 defensive coaches. And the thing of it is there's only like one African American offensive coordinator, and that's alarming because like when you got a league that's 70% Black, how come there's only one Black OC? And I think that's the underlying issue is that like there's not a lot of opportunities like that could get you to that branch of the opportunity to be a head coach as a Black man in the NFL. And I think like that's the biggest issue. It's like, we need more coordinators. We need more guys that are particularly offensive coordinators. We need more guys that are closer to the quarterback because in Tennessee is like those who are closer to the quarterback are the ones that are getting the job. And that's particularly the quarterback coach. And so I think like that's the underlying issue is like you got to start hiring below the pipeline. And like even when they say on podcasts, it's just like, like Black coaches or like there's not a lot of like Black guys like they Black coaches or Black men, they're willing to work their way from the bottom to the top. And I think like that doesn't make sense because I think I'm not gonna say it don't make sense, but I don't think like that's necessarily true. I think there is a lot of young talented Black males who are willing to work that hard to get to the top. I just think like the issue is just that like we need a sense of direction, like, and we need like pretty much like need a network. We need the opportunities to do that and see that way through. And so like I'm alarmed by it, and I'm not surprised about it, but it's just that like when you only have 2 Black coaches and it's 32 teams in the NFL. Like, what are we doing? Like, we got like this guy to get better or something like that. And I just hope like it does change, but I don't think like it's not going to change anytime soon because like and any corporation, like in general, like I just feel like everything's about networking connections, and I just feel like us as black men, like we don't have the same connections in network as the white counterparts in general. And so like I just hope it changed, but do I see it changing anytime soon? No, I don't. Even with the Rooney rule, you gotta start like going like down to like the bottom with that. And so like that's my suggestion. Like you gotta start with like the quarterback coach and the assistant quarterback coach. We gotta start down there. If we're not gonna start down there, it ain't gonna be no way to work our way up to the top. And so like that's just my opinion. And so like this video kind of medium size, but like I said, if you don't get anything out of this video, I just feel like yo, we got to build connections. We got to be able to have the opportunities for us to work our way up to the top, which is not the case for us. And so, with all that is being said, y'all, this is Kim the Site doing another segment, My Mondays.